This is a Yoshino. It is a legendary cruiser which is available in the store for a whopping 35,000 Winter Shards. I have a few videos that I'll have links to down below that explain how to obtain those Winter Shards, but they were obtained through the holiday update of 2022-2023. And the Yoshino here is the main reward if you can acquire 35,000 Winter Shards and go ahead and buy that ship. It does have 20-kilometer torpedo range. It has big-time armor-piercing firepower and can Citadel battleships, and it can start fires rather quickly if you get the right commander combination. But as you can see, I have over 100,000 XP built up, all without boosters, so I've played a bunch of battles in the Yoshino. And yeah, you can generate huge damage with the Yoshino, but surviving the battle might be the biggest challenge yet. And with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is Yamamoto. A lot of people were using Azure Lane, Atago, and even Azuma. I don't have any of those commanders, so I selected Yamamoto. Mikawa could be used if you want to go the agile cruiser route. I tried that, but was not really successful because the Yoshino is a gigantic, huge ship that turns like a whale. It's not really all that agile, so in the end, I did go with Yamamoto. His base trait is right through, which improves the cruiser's armor-piercing, shell penetration multiplier, and for inspirations, I went with Ivan B. Delightful and Lemonnier here, and basically I was looking to reduce the time of the cruiser's detectability after firing the main guns with both of these inspirations. So with Ivan B. Delightful, Phantom Bane is his inspiration, which improves the cruiser's main battery reload time and the cruiser detectability time after firing the main guns. And Lemonnier, window of opportunity is only about detectability time after firing the main guns at a 20% reduction. And based on my calculations, I figure that the Yoshino will go dark after about 15 seconds after firing the main guns. And it helps a little bit. First skill is Beyond Range, improves the cruiser main battery range, and you want to have the greatest range between yourself and your opponents, otherwise you will get taken out, especially if you're in the open water. And the second skill is Igniter, which improves the chances of the cruiser's HE shells causing a fire. And this was a big thing with Atago, is Atago's special skill really improves the ability to start fires. I didn't have Atago, so this was the best I could do. With Atago, it would be a 35% chance of setting fire. You'll see here with the Yoshino with Yamamoto, it is a 30% chance. And then we have Punch Through, which improves the cruiser's main battery, a gun, armor-piercing shell penetration, and its penetration multiplier. And then we have Fixated, which improves the cruiser's main battery shell grouping and its dispersion. And then for the legendary skill, I went with Refill Station, which improves the cruiser main battery reload time. And the special effect is the cruiser main battery range goes up another 10%, but it's only when you're within 2 kilometers of an allied ship that is at legendary rank 2. Going up to legendary rank 4 will improve that all the way up to 3.5 kilometers. Alright, for the upgrades for the Yoshino, first upgrade was main battery mod 2, and the traverse speed on the Yoshino is atrocious, so we improved that by 20%. And this is another reason why an agile cruiser build is only so-so, because when you're moving around really quickly with an agile build, you want the main guns to stay on target, and that does not really happen here on the Yoshino. And the second upgrade is Propulsion Mod 2. Time taken to reach full power when accelerating is improved by 50%. I didn't go with Steering Gears mod at all because the turning circle radius is so horrendous that it doesn't matter how quick you could turn those rudders, you're still going to take about 1 kilometer to complete a turn, as you will see. And then I went with concealment system mod 1. I'd like to close up and get at least one salvo off and then go dark 15 seconds later. And this improves the detectability range by another 10%, and the incoming fire dispersion is improved by another 5%. And as always, this doubles up on the incoming fire dispersion of your fully upgraded camo or skin. And then we have gunfire control system mod 2, which improves the main battery range another 10%. So this is awesome. You're going to see we're going to get around a 19 kilometer main gun range here by the time it's all said and done. And this last one is the torpedo upgrade. Torpedoes Type 93 mod 2. Reload time is 167 seconds. Maximum damage is 20,967. Range goes up to 20 kilometers, and that is awesome. But the torpedo speed at 62 knots is like floating sea mines, very similar to the U.S. destroyer Black. Detectability range by sea is 2.5 kilometers, so they're going to see the torpedoes when they come, and you may or may not get some hits. Any hits are pretty much accidental. I have been in matches where the hits will come so long after I fired the torpedo, I'm not really sure what ship got hit. And then the loadout, you have your normal ammunition, high explosive shells, armor-piercing shells, and torpedoes, which we will get into in a second. And then the consumables is a damage control party. Duration is 5 seconds, reloads every 60 seconds, and there is an unlimited number of those consumables. And then we can have either the sonar or the AA suite. We selected sonar with the torpedo detectability range of 3.1 kilometers. Detection of ships is 4.4 kilometers. The duration is 96 seconds, reloads every 180 seconds, and there are 2 of those consumables. And then I've selected the catapult fighter consumable. I find this more effective than the spotter. Duration is 100 seconds, reloads every 80 seconds, and there are 3 of those consumables. And I find that the catapult fighter consumable does spot either torpedoes in the water or enemy ships, and the spotter aircraft seems to only improve the accuracy of your main guns while it's active. And let me go here. It is active for 30 seconds only, so you have a much shorter duration time here on the spotter, and that's why I went with the catapult fighter. And then we have the repair party consumable, which partially restores the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 370 hit points per second. Duration is 28 seconds, reloads every 40 seconds, and we have 3 of those consumables. And yeah, that 100 and something Elite XP I obtained was completely without any boosters here. I'm sort of saving up on my boosters, so I must have run several dozen matches in the Yoshino to this point. So I am kind of familiar with the ship, which does come with the Shogatsu Yoshino premium skin. Sea detectability range and incoming fire dispersion is 4.5% respectively. And then the stats. Survivability hit points is 61,800. Armor is 305 millimeters, and you will get taken out if you're in the open water. No problem at all. So you want to be mindful of that really thin armor. Don't assume that you can survive. Torpedo damage reduction is 19%. Artillery, you have 9 guns, 310 millimeters. Firing range is 19.1 kilometers. Reloads every 17 seconds. And the traverse time of 30 seconds is okay if you're in a battleship. HE shell damage is 5,100 with a 30% chance of setting fire here, and I have had a match where I did start up to 11 fires, so that was going good right till the end of the match when I did get blown out of the water by the opposing team once they spotted me. Armor-piercing shell damage has a maximum damage of 9342, and you will even citadel battleships here with the Yoshino. Secondary armament, it looks like 16 guns, 5 kilometer range. Fire every 3 seconds, and I'm not going to go through the rest of that because if you're within 5 kilometers of an enemy ship, you're going to get wiped out anyway. Torpedoes, you have 2 racks on each side of 4 torpedoes each, so 16 torpedoes total, 8 per side, but they do have kind of odd firing depending on the torpedo rack, so you want to be mindful of that. Reloads every 167 seconds. Maximum damage is 20,967. Range is 20 kilometers and the speed is 62 knots. AA defenses, I'm going to say you're going to clear the sky into Yoshino if the opposing aircraft carrier player wants to come and get you. Maneuverability, 34 knots is pretty good. Turning circle radius is 920 meters. Rudder shift time is 13.9 seconds. And like I said, it doesn't matter with the agile build that goes down to 11 seconds. And for me, that wasn't really that great. I think the maximum speed was 40 knots, but even still, that was it wasn't working for me, let's put it that way. Concealment, detectability range by sea is 11.2 kilometers. Range by air is 7.1 kilometers. And if you're firing into smoke, it's 10.1 kilometers. And here is the armor view, and that green armor is pretty thin. Let's remove that armor and take a look at the Citadel. And yeah, you can see that you are above the water, and you do get taken out extremely easily into Yoshino if you're out in the open water. Let's see what this is. Yeah, so it is the thicker armor, but it still really does not matter. You do get taken out extremely easily into Yoshino if you're out in the open water. So congratulations to any players that is able to get a great score and survive the match in their Yoshino. Overview, above average armor piercing shell penetration, and that is a fact. The Yoshino definitely will take out other cruisers and some battleships you can get Citadel hits on. And superior HE damage, above average HE shell damage is okay, but it's really the fire starting that I think everybody's looking for. Pyromania, above average chance for HE shells to cause a fire. If you have a Yoshino, let me know what you think down below, whether you can start fires fairly quickly, and if you can, let me know how you're doing it. So then the Yoshino is a fast-moving ship armed with 310mm artillery for her main battery, intended to counter enemy heavy cruisers, Project B-65. This version of the design also featured torpedo armament, and that is awesome. Year of design was 1940, and there were no ships in the series. All right, well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out and check out some highlights. All right, so after a month of playing the Yoshino and not getting that superb replay video, I thought I would go out in a standard match right after recording the setup of the ship and the commander and see if I can have one last attempt at that big time highlight video. Otherwise, you're probably not going to see this video, and I'm going to go with whatever video clips that I have and just hodgepodge something together. There's only one destroyer per side and a bunch of cruisers. A Yagumo on the opposing team. There's a couple Kobears and a big-time Musashi, Marlborough, Yamato Conqueror, and a Midway on the other team. So we're going to have to look out for all those. If that Midway player comes for us, maybe we will get some clear sky action. We'll have to wait and see on that. But the starting play here is always to fire some of these torpedoes out at a 20-kilometer range and see if we could catch some opposing red team ships off guard. So I'm going to go in these gaps right here. I'm looking at that gap next, and I'm going to complete my turn and hit it with the other side of torpedo at the other side of the ship's torpedo racks. And yeah, so this is completely live. I'm going to hope to not edit much here. And we'll just have to see how it goes. There's another shot. I'll probably do 2 shots in those gaps here. Maybe if I can get turned around, I'll get another shot in this area. Yeah, maybe I'm going to go back over there. All right, so now we got 16 torpedoes in the water, and yeah, this is the opening play for me anyway, is to get these torpedoes in the water. And okay, so let's go with the HE shells. He went dark as soon as I fired. There's a Musashi. And look at how slow this turn is. And I am at full speed here. We got one shatter, no fires. So this is really brutal here. And let's see if we can get something going on to Musashi there. And we get a couple more hits, but no fires. Okay, let's see if we can get that Rupert. As he's behind the island, he went out of range. All right, one of our team is down already. The I guess that was a Musashi. Let me see, is that a Musashi? No, a Yamato. Well, same ship really. And yeah, so yeah, no joy on the torpedoes. And yeah, I think with these torpedoes you do want to try to make your move with the torpedoes and get some damage there. But yeah, I've had a couple matches where I did get torpedo shots, but in general not so much really. And here the 20-kilometer torpedoes are only of limited use because of all the islands in the game. I'm going to go in the gap right there. You never know. But yeah, a lot of matches I've played where I've run into Yoshinos toward the end of the match. I think they were just wallowing around in the back of the map like what I'm doing here. And that was basically how they survived. Let me go on this Marlborough here, see if I can get some fire action there. Well, looks like I'm going to get some hits, and we do get a fire. That's awesome. He's been in combat, so maybe I will get a perma-fire going. Looks like I am. And we get another shot going, and there, friendly Alsace is gone, and we're down 3 ships to 1. So this is not looking like this is going to be the highlight video where I'm going to survive anyway and get a big time first place win. And yeah, with this Yamato taking pot shots at me, that is not great. But let's see if we can get them with these torpedoes. And here to get the second rack of torpedoes over, I do have to give him my broadside, and this is extremely dangerous. This is not great at all. And I will be lucky if I don't get taken out here. Look at how slow this thing is turning. Here come those shells. Luckily they missed. And my HE shells missed, and I'm still not turned around. This is, well, basically terrible. All right, it's like the last known spot for the guy. And of course, when you're reloaded, that is when the opposing ship goes dark. We do get a fire though, so that is good. And is he going to spot those torpedoes? Am I going to get lucky? Let's hope he's focused on me. Those torpedoes actually do kind of look good. So, hey, you never know. This is the highlight reel, but it kind of looks like he's turning a little bit. Oh, we're going to get one hit. Very nice. All right. Are we going to get any more? Maybe another one. Come on, baby. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That, oh, and of course, it gets dark again right as soon as I get on target. And here, I've successfully maneuvered into an island, so I am in big trouble. Yeah, all those torpedoes wasted. That is just terrible. Got another fire somehow, so that is good. All right, let's see if we can get out of here. And yeah, I am not going to be able to get around with my other torpedo rack and fire them off. I will certainly get destroyed if I try anything fancy like that. And now I've got guys firing at me from all sides. This is not great. Looks like the Yamato is still going though, so that is unbelievable. See if I can go 4 seconds without getting wiped out here. Another fire. So that Yamato is in big trouble. His guns are coming back around on me. Ooh, those were severely short. That's awesome.
The enemy is about to win.
And yeah, so we are getting absolutely blown out here, but it is 100,000 damage, so that is good. And we got another island coming up here, so this is not working out great here. And there you go, I get blown out of the water, 113,000 damage, and that is how it goes with the Yoshino. Not only do you not really survive all that well out in the open water, but your teammates go down like flies. It seems like that was really brutal. A Witherer medal, 114,000 damage. Let's just go ahead and see what we have at the end of the match here. All right, well, mercifully that was over with. It was a defeat. 186,000 credits, 114,000 battle performance, total damage on 34 target hits, only 1 torpedo hit, 4 fires started, caused flooding, only 1. A Witherer medal. Let's see how we did on the team result. And second place on the team, yeah, the other team did awesome. 2,900 XP there on the other team. That Marlborough 2778. Even a Colbert had a pretty good game. And all right, and we lost 50,000 credits by the time it was all said and done. And I hate to say it, but that is really that probably typifies my experience with the Yoshino more than anything else. You can get some pretty good damage. Anytime you get over 100,000, that's good damage, but in the end, when you get caught out in the open water, you do get blown out, and having all those islands out there like that didn't really help out anyway. In any event, maybe that'll give you some idea of what the Yoshino is all about, at least for me anyway. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.